Hello, everyone. This is Jacob Popio, the producer of The Apex. In this episode, Jan, RJ, and I are sitting down for the 6 little stories with lots of meaning. This will be episode 1 of 6.
What is up, Apex Chasers? I am your host, Jan Almasy, and seated in the studio with me today are my co-host and partner in crime, Mr. RJ Holiday.
What up, everybody? How's it going?
Along with our wonderful producer, Mr. Jacob Popio.
Miss Star?
Mr.
Mr.
Jacob Popio. Hey.
These are supposed to be speedy episodes. We're wasting time here.
Hey, Junior. So, in these episodes, as Jacob mentioned in the pre-reel, we are going to be discussing short stories. Okay, I found this post not too long ago, and I really, really like these 6 little short stories with a lot of meaning behind them, right? And I think that one of my favorite things growing up was reading poetry because of the amount of things that you could find between the lines of such a small amount of words. So this first story, which will be covering one story per episode, and the first one goes like this. Once all villagers decided to pray for rain. On the day of the prayer, all the people gathered in the village, but only one boy came with an umbrella. That's faith. Let that sink in for a second, okay? Anybody got first thoughts?
Weird name for a boy. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice to meet you. That was a dad. That is such a dad joke right there. That's Faith. Nice to meet you, Faith. I'm Dad.
Oh, God.
I'm hungry. Nice to meet you, hungry. Oh, my God. Anyway, so I actually really like that because one of the things that I tell people all the time is there's this whole like law of attraction and like you manifest your future kind of. Some of it's a little hokey, right? Like if you put out nothing but positive energy will be returned.
Wrong.
I think that that's BS.
Yeah.
But I do think that you get what you prepare for, right? This little boy was like, we're all praying for rain. And all of them came without the equipment for rain. He's the only one that came with an umbrella. And I think that that mentality on a deeper level, what it means is like when you're trying to make something happen, you're trying to manifest something, right? There's 2 pieces to that. One, you have to believe that you're capable of it. And then the other half is you have to believe that when you get to a point where it's a critical mass, that the universe is going to provide it back.
Yeah.
So, and if you show up to the party without the tux, then it almost, you are subconsciously undermining yourself. If you're saying like, I'm going to make this happen, I want this to happen, and then you don't come to the prayer circle with the umbrella, subconsciously you're telling your brain, I really don't think this is going to happen. And then that ends up leaking into all the other avenues that you think where you're like, okay, unconsciously, I don't believe this is going to happen anyway, so it's okay for me to fail because it's probably not going to happen regardless.
I take it kind of as like, if you're going to really push yourself and pray for something in that serious regard, or, set out in something in your life to, you really want to make this happen, you're laying down all the cards, then you also have to look far enough ahead to be completely prepared for all the consequences, whether they're good or bad. So, I mean, there's nothing like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that or whatever. But then, it happens and you're like, oh, crap.
Right.
Yeah.
I have no way to deal with this now. I wanted it to happen. Didn't think it was going to actually happen. Actually happened.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the actual.
So what do you do now?
Well,
like the easiest thing, that comes to my mind is like,
sitting in that chair.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to set out, we got to have all our P's and Q's in check. And then, then you move on to the next step after that. So if you're going to put the time, the money, the effort into trying to make something happen, then be prepared for when it does happen.
Right. Yeah. And otherwise, along the way, you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot.
is it really a dream if you don't ever think it will happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Expand on that. I'm curious. Because a dream can be like, a lot of people link dreams to like premonitions almost, of what the future could potentially be.
Not an actual dream. Like
Well, but I mean that too. But a lot of times, like, I mean, I've dreamt about this plenty of times ever since we came up with this.
Yeah.
as
I
far as,
fought
like,
the Cookie
goals and
Monster
stuff.
100 times. It's not going to happen.
Why are you fighting? Why?
What is damn cookies?
I'm like, out of all of them, why are you fighting him?
I don't know.
I was like, I would.
Alex just
I'd
came down and said that she had wings with Shaquille O'Neal the other night.
I'd probably deck Oscar, but I feel like Cookie Monster's not.
yeah, well,
the-
he doesn't share the cookies. So I got pissed.
Oh my god. But it doesn't need to be an actual dream, right?
Right.
Like you said, that goal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you don't, that's probably a missing piece that a lot of people are struggling with.
It's a wishful
You know,
thinking
yeah,
if you're
it's
not
like-
prepared
it's like
for it. It's
you-
a goal if you're prepared for it.
Yeah, people kind of put people in categories of like either doers or dreamers,
Mhm.
and you have to be kind of a mixture of both. You know, I know on a previous episode, Jacob talked about never losing that childlike wonder kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's kind of the missing link where it's like people have these dreams,
Right.
and in order to actually turn it into something, like you can make goals, you can, do all this other kind of stuff, but if you don't believe that it's going to happen regardless,
It's just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, one of the coolest Springsteen lines in a Bruce Springsteen song is from The River, and he says, "Is a dream a lie if it don't come true, or is it something worse?"
Huh. Wow.
And every time he sings that, and I listen to those words and I really think about it, it gives me chills.
What about that really does that to you? Like what part of that thought process is what gives you the chills?
Is a dream a lie if it don't come true? Is it something worse? So, is a dream a lie? Or are you lying to yourself? And if it doesn't come true, are you lying to yourself altogether, like from the beginning to the end? Or was it never a dream to begin with?
This is too deep for me.
Yeah. Well, because I'm thinking about it where it's like I always get back. I mean, people are going to be listening to this and I've already get made fun of. I get not made fun of, but people know I say dichotomy a lot and I say, I have my keywords.
Mhm.
Right? One of the other key things that I do is I talk about this relationship between your mind and your gut. And I think that the dream, a lot of them, it's almost like people use their brain to create a dream that fits within the mold of what is possible for them, right? Like what they were given permission to believe they're capable of, their brain structures a dream around it, even though their gut might be pulling them in a different direction.
Mhm.
So in that line, it's like you have this dream, and it may or may not be coming true, or, is it a lie? You might actually be lying to yourself on what your actual dream is
Mhm.
because you're
I
afraid.
think it's only capable within
Yeah.
what's around
I would
you.
honestly be, I would love the audience to kind of message us about
Yeah.
what they think about that line. As
Yeah.
a dream?
Yeah, go ahead and read it. Yeah, read it one more time.
Yeah. So it's, is a dream a lie if it don't come true, or is it something worse?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, write in and let us know what your thought process is on that.
And how can you tailor faith into that?
Yeah. How do you decide what dream is the one that you're supposed to be following versus the one that you might be lying to yourself about? And how do you prepare to bring the umbrella to whichever one of those is actually where you're supposed to feel like you're being fulfilled and where you end up?
Mm.
Yeah, and then we'll take if you guys write in, we'll take all the stuff that you guys write in and stuff like that, and we'll do another episode on
A follow up.
Yeah,
a
we'll do a
revisit
follow
to
up.
see, and we'll do that with all these other
Mhm.
short stories. We'll have you guys write in and give your guys' thought processes, so that we can try to help everybody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Connect the audience with each other.
Well, and I should probably finish the pre-reel. If you want to support us, there are 3 ways to do so. 1, to donate to our cause at www.patreon.com/theapexpodcast. 2nd, visit our merch line that is proudly partnered with Envision Clothing Company at envisionclothingcompany.com. Or is it clothco.com? I can't ever remember.
It'll be in the show description.
Just, Google it or look in the show description.
And thirdly, all we ask is if you learned something from this episode or know someone that needs to hear our message, share it with them. Please subscribe and hope this pushes you toward your apex.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Bend it.
See you guys next time.
Perfect.